Mic check 1 2 1 2. How's everybody doing? Music sounds good. I think I'll start doing the mic check like this. All right, cool. Sounds good, looks good. Let's get right into it. How's everybody feeling tonight on a Sunday night? Blessed to have anybody who's here on a Sunday when most people sleeping and getting ready for Monday. Drop something in the comments if you're here, and I will make it so you see what I see. All right. Why is this not playing on anything else? Oh, that's hilarious. Literally played myself. That's too good. All right, how we looking on the daily? Daily getting some greenness to it. XPL down after all that pumpage, but oh well. And welcome to the Underground Crypto Deep Dive Show. We are live. Hope everybody is having a good night. Turn the mic up just a little bit. You gotta remember to turn it down when I record videos though. Messed up the audio. And yeah, the only thing red is XPL and Aster. And I mean, both of them have pumped a ton, so I'm sure they're not that far down. 14.9%. XPL took a little tumble. Let's go to the hour, though. We had a big pump up today. We really need. It wasn't that monumental, but I mean, we really needed it to show some reversal that we were actually ever going to go somewhere. They really held us at that level for BTC for a minute. What is up, Chipper? Appreciate you being here. You got Mellis Williams in the house, that blues guy. The music is nice. Great spot to hang out. Beautiful Sunday night. Absolutely, man. Appreciate you saying that. Just finished a 3-day and 48-hour work week. Yes, days off. Love to be here, Underground G, or Under G. Thanks for the streaming. Got you. Yeah, what's up, Blues Guy? Always love to see you. Thanks for being here and supporting me. And everybody else who's here, greatly appreciate you guys. And it's Sunday. What do you guys want to talk about on a Sunday? You know, I always say like the weekends are a little bit more relaxed. Friday's a little bit more relaxed. We hit it hard, you know, Monday through Thursday. And we still do plenty Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. At least we have this week. I don't usually stream on the weekend. Yesterday wasn't bad. Of course, it was slightly less people, but it wasn't bad at all. Really interested to see how Sunday night goes. And you're looking at the market right here. This is the last hour. Crypto Bubbles does a great job giving us a visual representation. And I was starting to say Bitcoin really pumped up. Got above, I think it was, to get above the 1 hour 200. And then it must have lost it because I heard one of my alerts go off. Great week ahead. Exciting times ahead. Exactly. You got to look to the next week with some optimism. Was really glad to go a full week of streaming with no days off. Really icing on the cake to do the Sunday. And look, there's cake right there. What else do we want to look at? We're going live so often. We're not having so many coins that we don't know, which is cool though. We can spend some time focusing and digging in a little bit more on some other things. I know somebody said they were going to come to the live and they had some things they wanted to talk about, virtuals and stuff like that. Where are you at? Probably here hanging out. We are retesting the 1 hour 200 MA. Did we lose it, or we're just retesting it? Yeah, it looks like we're right on it. Apologize that you guys can't see the chart, but I'm sure you guys got ways of seeing the chart there. Yeah, we're like right on that 200 MA, and we had a nice pump. 21's got to catch up. The usual life revision. Hannah. Man, I was really bummed. Hannah had a really cool website, and I really wanted to do my review with that website, and then I keep getting a different website. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, on it for sure. Who else is in the house? Definitely drop a comment if you're hanging out here. Like, does everybody from the Discord know that we are live? Maybe I need to type "we are live." That'll tell them. Mela says he'll remind me through a super chat. Sorry, sir, we do not have super chats yet. That's why we're grinding so hard. That's why I'm live every day this week, and I will continue to do that as much as I can. There's going to be a couple days during the weekend. Maybe at some point I'll get to the streak like Lifer where I'll just live every single day with no exceptions. But I have a couple of things I'm juggling on the back end. And my other business, I have a lot of things I need to do for. And I've been prioritizing these live streams. And not just that, I've been editing a video. Isn't it crazy? I swear, I'm not even making this up. I have a video coming out Monday at 3 p.m. about the interview between the founder of Lighter, even though I already made a video on Lighter, and I swear I spent like 10 hours editing it. It's like a 6.5 minute video. How do you even spend 10 hours editing a video that's 6.5 minutes? I don't even get it. Where does the time go? But it went. So let's see. Where's the website for Hannah? I really want the really cool website back. I think Hannah could do some decent stuff. But not with this website. I'm just going to be honest. With this website, I don't see... I see it making a bit of a difference. Not a huge difference. So, Melis Williams says, I have a question. I'm just going to call you Mr. Williams. Is that okay? I like that. I have a question for the show tonight that I'm not sure you have addressed in the past. Is virtual still alive? I have some of its ecosystem in my Tangem. It's a wallet. I truly hope one of them blasts off. I like virtuals. Yeah, absolutely. No rest for the Wicked Brother. UG. Time flies when you love what you do. Exactly. It really does. And I enjoy video editing. There's no way I can sustainably make those videos like that. And then the thing is, you get done and you're like, is this video even good, or did I just over edit the life out of this thing? Is it even worth it for the size of my channel? So the next video I'm going to try, the next like 2 videos, I'm going to try to just do them without all the extra editing, more simple. Somewhat like this, screen record, a little bit of editing, but not anything crazy. So Hannah says, live app, new live app, mainnet phase 3, coming soon. I really want to see what they do with this. Now, before when we first looked at it, they did not have a token out. Now they do have a token out. It's on the daily. So when did the token even come out? He says, Mr. Williams, please. Yeah, absolutely, Mr. Williams. Anything you say, Mr. Williams. Yeah. I will talk about virtuals in just a second. Let me look at what I wanted to look at on Hannah. Again, it's Sunday. We're hanging out. But I mean, I'm serious about what I do. I do it constantly, so don't worry. You're going to get some good insights here. I just really want to find that website that I was on before. It sounds like such a small thing, but it would make such a better video than whatever the heck their website is now. And I really can't say that I love TradingView and stuff when I'm actually doing, you know, some TA or something, but I really don't like having that chart. I like CoinGecko's chart better. Oh, doesn't that look like a beautiful chart? Where are my TA guys? Doesn't this chart look beautiful? You just want to trade this thing. It's only been out since September 26th. This is 2 days worth of price action. And it looks like it came out and they just dumped it. Legit, from $54 million in market cap to 15.8. That just seems like a VC Christmas, right? I don't know. Is it coming back from that? I really don't know. Now you got me all confused. He says, no, Miss Williams. I'm a lady. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry. I definitely should have known that. I definitely should have known that. My apologies. I will definitely call you Miss Williams from now on. And let's pretend that I never did that. Can we do that? Can we all agree? All right, let's get serious here. And I am sorry about that. I apologize. Won't happen again. Yeah, Blues Guy says that chart looks like poop. Yeah, it does. Looks like it's about to pop. Boy, I am just reading whatever I want. I think it's the fake glasses. Not that they're actually fake, but I don't actually need them. So I'm just reading everything wrong. Let's lose those. I appreciate you forgiving me. All right, so we'll move on from this. Let's talk about virtuals. That is what Miss Williams wanted. Cool with me, all good. Again, thank you for forgiving me. Where am I going? It's been a really long day, but as soon as we get rolling here, we'll catch some steam. First, let's go to virtuals. And Blues Guy gave us a little bit of his breakdown of the TA he was looking at in the Discord. If you want to throw that, Blues Guy, up here so everybody can see it. These are protecting your eyes, yeah. They're the Meta Ray-Bans, so I use them mostly for filming and stuff like that. Actually, my favorite feature about the Meta Ray-Bans, and they have another collab with Oakley, is the headphone feature. Like the fact listening to the music with them is like honestly the most useful everyday thing. All right, here's virtuals. Need to make this a little smaller. There we go. Of course, price is what it is. It's been out since December 27th, 2023. CoinGecko started tracking it, sitting at $1. $688.9 million in its market cap. Blues Guy says blue light. Yeah, I have my computer set to like the red light. And I do have blue light glasses. I used to sell them in a business that I used to do, or my wife used to do. Ethereum contract, Solana, and Base contract addresses. That's good to know. Let's go take a look at their website. It's been a little while since I've been to virtuals. And the real question was, are a lot of these coins dead? Are they going to pick back up? What's going on? It's really hard to say. Really hard to say. Has their website always looked like this? I know a lot of times I was on Cookie DAO, which was different. So he says virtual looks good on the chart. Looks like it's bottom 98 cents daily on a rising wedge, ready for action. Looks like mini coins. Yeah, a lot of times all the coins do look the same. And then he tells us the market cap. It's gonna power games with AI. I like that. Blues Guy says I'm a welder. It's all about the eyes. Yeah, if you're a welder, then you're definitely making sure you're taking care of your eyes for sure. Well, what do we have to get into on this? I'm not as familiar with this website. I have mostly on Cookie DAO. And I think that's what I had in my head as well. I know this Ribitia. Seen that before. And also, what are you holding, Miss Williams? What coins are you holding from Virtual Protocol? Because maybe we could look at those more specifically. Because I definitely bought some AI agents. I don't know if any of them are on Virtual. I know almost all of them were in like the Solana ecosystem. And it was a small account, but I think I pulled like, I don't know, $2,000 over and bought some AI agents. And I don't know, they didn't really do much. I was up for a little bit on them and then they just totally pulled back. It says I have some Cookie and Ribbit, which has got to be this Ribita, right? And they all say do your own research. Is that a good sign? And they're all just like, we're not responsible for you buying this. So are you talking about Tibber? Or is it another ticker? I assume you mean Tibber. Yeah. And Cookie. I mean, I think Cookie will do well. The thing is, with a lot of these like smaller AI agents, it's hard to say if they're going to do anything or not. The actual bigger platform, yeah, the bigger platforms I think will do all right. AI XBT Luna Music. Yeah, I remember AI XBT being really popular as well. It almost looks like that shoulder, head. And what is the market cap on this thing? I remember we went over this Tibber not too long ago. I think even Token Metrics had it out at one point. Token Metrics is definitely something I need to go ahead and get for the channel. Robots by Virtual. So you bought quite a few of these AI agent type coins. We could pull up Cookie as well. Market price. Where's the market cap on this thing? I do apologize. A lot of times when I'm on a website I'm not used to using, I don't know right where to look. Okay, here we are. 275 million. I mean, that's not a horrible market cap. I remember being on their Twitter, and I can't say that I was real impressed, but I also might not get it, whatever they're like trying to go at. So Plaid just upgraded IG checks and links, turning clicks into clean context. So agents can auto-review risk with an audit trail. KYA, that's hilarious. Instead of KYC, it's KYA. Shifts to the pipes, not the app. Which it's got to be like know your agent instead of know your customer. That's hilarious. And it's got to be doing something. I don't know what the specific point of this AI agent is. I mean, every AI agent should be pretty niched in what it's doing. Project details. Well, that would help. An overview of the AI agent's purpose, functionality, and key components highlights what it does, how it works, and why it was. Yeah, you're supposed to put those there, not define what project details are. So crypto and fintech are merging. Okay, I do remember that narrative. Into a single ecosystem. We are committed to championing. Why can't I say that word? The winning protocol in a battle driven by attention, social status, memes, and cutting-edge technology. Our core principle is straightforward: better money makes life better. I just got to read it as fast as I can, and I won't mess it up. So public sale was 87.5%. Liquidity pool is 12.5%. And that looks like about the length of data here. I do remember the narrative of like, you know, TradFi and the new financial system coming together to put it into different words. And the 15-minute chart looks like it's been pumping. Pull back, pump, pull back, pump. I mean, are you getting a shoulder, head, and shoulder? Could be. Let's go to something more like the 4-hour. Kind of like a slanted shoulder, head, and shoulder inverted. Yeah, I don't really know as far as what it's going to do. The thing is, there's so many of these competing, and there's so many of them doing different things. How do you know which one is serious and which one is not serious? You'd have to really spend some time with it. But we'll look at some more. So she says she has Cookie. We'll go ahead and pull up Cookie. Trying to remember all the ones that I had bought, because there was a few. They had one that literally like live streams Minecraft. It's like an AI agent. I don't know if it's a real AI agent or if they just like pre-record gameplay and then put it at like it's live, because I know you can do that. But my son was really big into Minecraft when that happened. Of course, he's since moved to Fortnite, but thought it was pretty cool, and it just never really did anything. But you can't really blame the project, because it did totally fold as like a niche. Totally just dropped out. Let's go to their website. Let's go to cookie.fun. Then you hold Cookie the token, so we could also kind of look at that. $65.2 million in its market cap. Ethereum Base and Binance Smart Chain. How many people do they have on their Twitter? That's a good question. So Rabita enhance efficiency and security. Okay. So their pin post got 127,000 impressions, talking about 4.45 million plus in total rewards across all live Cookie Snap and ACM campaigns. Here's an overview of the project. All right, that's pretty cool. Looks like they gave out some airdrops. And they have 188.9 thousand followers. I've looked at Cookie many times. I've made pre-recorded videos of Cookie. Just kind of readdressing how much attention they're getting here. 17,000, 43,000. Because sometimes just looking at the impressions versus the ratio of their followers can be a good idea to see how many people in the community are still paying attention. If they're giving away some rewards and airdrops, though, I wouldn't be surprised if people are paying a little more attention right now. So campaign extended here. This was the 26th. This was 2 days ago, and they got 78,000 impressions. I would say Cookie is definitely one of the leaders. I mean, it's not like an AI agent itself, but it is leading kind of the pack of AI agents. And we got a little bit ahead of ourselves. Like, we didn't really look at Bitcoin and stuff, which is fine. We'll come back to that. Here's the actual website. I do really like how they have the mindshare metric, stuff like that. What other stuff do we have? AI XBT. All right, it says up $1.92. What is that on the daily? Or $1.92, 1.992%. I don't know why. I am like a little bit off today. I definitely didn't feel like I was off. As soon as I got on the stream, I'm like, what is going on? I'm not even tired. So let's look at this AIXBT. I remember hearing a lot about this coin. I'm sure I went over it on my own at one point, but I don't really remember what the point of it was. Let's go to the Twitter. Twitter, a lot of times, for these AI coins, a lot of times Twitter is a better place to figure it out. They do have a website. Also a good place to figure it out. That sneeze came out of nowhere. My bad. All right. Spot trends before they happen. So AIXBT, right off the bat, just reading that, I'm assuming it's an AI agent that's scanning social media to find surging projects, market context, and AI to craft your own path of discovery. Choose what to track and where it gets. So surging projects, daily reports, watch list alerts. It actually reminds me that there was one of these bots that I was following on Twitter, and I haven't seen it post in a long time. I wonder if it quit posting. Daily market insight. I mean, I definitely believe that people will flock to stuff like this. Any kind of convenience, anything that takes like your need to actually think and function for yourself, convenience basically, people are going to flock to. Now, the thing that here's the thing that's odd to me about a lot of these bots, or it's not really odd, but I think it's something that you don't hear a lot about as a narrative, is that if there's code and people can somewhat easily just copy that code, paste it into another bot and run it, what stops people from copycatting the heck out of this? And then you have so many of them doing the same thing that it spreads the money out and your coin doesn't pump. You know, it's kind of like, are you buying this because you want to use its actual function? Or are you buying this because you want to see the project increase in market cap and the value of your holdings go up? Because that's kind of like two different games. And a lot of times, even some of them, they're on, Twitter or whatever, and you don't even have to actually hold them, which I think is a mistake on the founder's part, because you want to give some incentive. Like, even if you just made people hold 100 or a very small amount, like even if they were forced to hold like $5 or $6 worth of the coin in order to use it, That would, I think, help a lot for the project. Check on that chat. Chat looks good. New chat. So it looks like you can also chat with it. Unlock chat. Okay, so they do go from the free plan to the pro plan to the ultimate plan. And they're tripping. $1,000 a month. I don't know. I'd have to really see that value in the free plan. I think they should charge, but that's a lot to charge. Because you can ask it anything, but you can't ask it anything. So you get top 5 popular projects and top 3 surging projects for free. Which, cool. I want to see that. So Hyper, Barachain, and Punkster. Punkster we've seen going quite a bit. I did a Barachain ecosystem review. That was a good video. Barachain is a fork of Ethereum code, like another Ethereum basically, except for they switched to proof of liquidity versus proof of stake is the main distinction there. It's a cool project though. I like that they show you something, you know, to kind of advertise. You got Plasma, Hyperliquid, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Solana as popular projects. Now, who would have guessed that Bitcoin was popular? Or Solana or Ethereum for that matter. I think they should have dug a little deeper than to give me like Bitcoin and Ethereum. I know those are popular. When you're really looking at value and I'm looking at if I'm going to drop $1,000 for the yearly for something, got to do me a little better than that. XPL, we know XPL's been pumping. Those are solid though, XPL and Hyperliquid. All right. Let's back out. And let's hop on. We'll come back to these things in a minute. I do kind of want to do our usual. Feel like I threw the show off just a little bit by that, but that's all right. It's Sunday night. Let's look at where everything's at. So we got Bitcoin at $111,717. I mean, as long as it's above like that 110,000, it's pretty solid. Can't be mad at that at this point. Blues Guy says, it's crazy how many coins there is. I wonder what's going to happen to all these coins when regulation comes to play. Exactly. I've been saying that for a long time. And AI agents will probably fall under some fire for sure, but it's those meme coins that are going to get absolutely obliterated. Definitely want to make sure you're out of meme coins. But when are we going to get that regulation? I doubt before the end of the year. Surely. It'll probably be in the bear market, right? Because all they really seem to care about right now is stablecoin regulation. And we went over a lot just yesterday why that might be. What plans might be in the pipeline for getting rid of U.S. debt, $37 trillion. XRP, still not above $3. Barely up today. Didn't catch much of the pump, did it? $2.88. BNB right at that $1,000 level. Solana still above $200. Dogecoin 23 cents. Cardano at 80 cents. Chainlink $21.49. Hyperliquid $47.20. Avalanche $29.66. And SWI still above $3 at $3.28. And let's go look at what's trending. See if there's anything different. Apex still trending. Apex up 0% in the last hour. Now today it pumped. Continued to pump. That reel is doing justice. Up 30%. Blues Guy says, I guess the memes that are good quality platforms such as XRPL and Solana, for example, should be okay. Should be kind of okay. Yeah, I agree with that. And, well, then again, Pump.Fun is on Solana. I think they're going to come up with some kind of metric to judge them by when it comes to like how they launched, who holds the money, how diverse the holdings have to be, like all that kind of stuff. It will be interesting to see, though. Here's Pump.Fun. When I see it, I always think Pump.Disaster. Because, man, When you go on that website, it's just kind of like, why would I even want to be here? And why would I want to give any of these people any of my money? And that's just me, and I'm not usually a bearish, on new innovative kind of things, but I don't know. It just doesn't really get me excited. I don't really see anything. Mirror is like the newest thing trending here. So let's go to our top gainers, top losers. We always find tons of projects in the top gainers, top losers. And honestly, it's one of the better places to look. Let's look at Pup Token. It's got to be a meme coin. But on a day like this, it's a good to look at what's maybe making a little bit of movement in the market on a Sunday. Because as we roll into Monday, Tuesday, some of these might continue to pump. Like this is at $35.9 million, and its market cap looks like it had a nice high. Of course, my chart's in market cap. I didn't realize that. $119.8 million in market cap. Went up to, looks like about 18 cents. It's at 5 cents now, so like 5.5 cents. And that's the max chart. How long has this thing been around? So August 29, 2025. Oh, it's hyperliquid. So this is upheaval.fi. It's a website. It's very interesting. So is this like Japanese or something? Y'all, we're talking about Japan in the Discord. So jump pad, pools, swaps, upheaval. Very interesting here. Let's go to their Twitter. It's not getting a ton of information on their website. A lot of times that tells me a project's pretty new, which it is. So a automated market maker DEX on hyperliquid EVM says jump pad coming soon. So I guess it's all coming soon. Well, I mean, we know DEXs are the way to go right now, I guess, until they're not. 7,180 followers. By community request, our brand new analytics dashboard is now live. Their website, did you see a launch? No, I see connect. It's weird. Usually you see an interface, like a launch to launch into the actual product, and then you link your wallet. Start swapping, maybe that's the launch. Oh, it is. Okay. And what do we have for pairs? Oh, you can flip the pair? That is interesting. Well, whether you put pup first or hype first, one pinned kind of against the other. Very interesting. And this is mostly set up so you could buy pup. But can I buy anything else? I mean, that's cool if you're just trying to get into the coin, but what do we do if I just actually want to use this to trade? Very interesting. It's got a really low market cap. That's why it's kind of worth spending an extra moment on. Because if this thing does take off, what's going to do better? New DEXs coming out or old things that have been around? I think it's a hard day. It's hard to pick, when it comes to that, in my opinion. It is kind of hard to pick what's going to do well. Better to kind of get into them, look at all the different interfaces like we've been doing, and kind of get a pulse, see what starts to pump. And don't maybe not try to get projects before they really pump, catch them on a flag and then trade them. Even if you're just buying spot, I think would be a good idea, but that's just my opinion. Not a whole lot to unpack there, though, honestly. You could buy pup, can't really do much else. So you can now trade Apex with 5x leverage on Lighter. Lighter, the coin I have looked at way too much for the last week. I'm going to have to buy some whenever the thing drops. But I don't want to buy it right when it comes out, because that's when a lot of your VC is probably going to dump it. Be monitoring that. So what is re? Sounds really familiar, but you never know if tickers get reused. That's hilarious. Reused. So research.box. And what is a category? AI. AI applications, AI launchpad, AI framework. And if a lot of the AI stuff starts moving to Miss Williams, if a lot of this stuff starts pumping, you're good chance that you're probably going to see AI agents catch some of that steam. Just depends on how long we get to run for. So $57.3 million in the market cap. I hate when their websites look like this. I know you're AI, but you don't have to have the most technical looking. And why when you hover over the words do they just go crazy? Is that like some kind of tech nerd thing that I don't know about? No disrespect to my nerds out there. I just am not one. Yeah, all of them do that. So Oracle? The Oracle Bridge enables arbitrary computation and complex on-chain actions through a universal transition layer, fundamentally different from traditional feeds, oracles that simply relay price data or external state. I mean, relaying data, that's what an oracle should do, right? So the really interesting artwork choices here. So Factory enables users to create and operate personal cognitive agents that evolve through daily interactions. It provides the infrastructure for deploying core-based agents that develop deep understanding of their needs and context. Subscribe for a newsletter. Sounds interesting. And you hear tons of things about getting like an AI agent. Says, yep, thank you, Underground. Oh, you're most welcome. Says they have an app. Let's check that out. But you have to log in. Can I just pretend to log in? Sometimes that works out. Have to sign up. I'm not doing this right now. I will probably come back to this. I mean, although it looks very techy and stuff, what do you have to do to actually create an agent? Core is a cognitive-based implementing semantic memory and neural processing principles. Core functionality enables contextual analysis and adaptation through persistent user interaction and patterns. So they're very much in the AI agent niche. And did it say Launchpad? I feel like it said Launchpad. Yeah, it does say Launchpad. I've looked at a lot of these AI agent, Launchpad, AI agent, self-learning websites and stuff, but I never see where you actually get the agent. I'm sure they're hiding them all, but behind paywalls for sure. So $106.5 million in the market cap of this real token. I think we looked at it the other day, but there's a lot of different tickers with real in the ticker somewhere, or the project name. September 24, 2025. So this was 4 days ago. It's kind of done nothing but dump, and it looks like it kind of finally found a little local bottom and began to move back up with a high of 17 cents and a low of 16 cents between the last 4 days. Not a lot of time there. It's a Solana-based token with 1 billion in max supply, and almost all of it, the circulating supply, is out. It says Reliant.gold. Real world value. So is this RWAs? Unlocked on chain. Borrow crypto using real world assets. Real and bridge traditional finance and DeFi to unlock liquidity without the need for crypto native collateral. That's very interesting. So Reelin is a CE DeFi, so central DeFi protocol that enables users to borrow crypto using real world assets, RWAs, as collateral. Whether it's a treasury bond, gold, or stock, Reelin makes the instruments usable within DeFi, bringing capital efficiency to both institutional and individuals. I cannot read tonight. This is crazy. I'm trying to override it. So mirror your RWAs, deposit as collateral, borrow crypto, and manage and redeem. Now, I know in the past, a lot of these lending protocols have done really good. I remember Leo specifically doing really good. All of them want you to sign up and make an account. I don't really want to make, I mean, all the different projects we go to, I'd have what? Like 1,000 accounts and random things. I don't need that. I don't need all their emails. Doodles. And Giggles was something that we looked at yesterday. What did it ever do? Let's duplicate this real quick. Let's look at Giggles real quick. I'm just curious on what it did between last night. Basically, what did it do most of today? It's down 9%. Is it flagging out? I don't know. Oh, that's on the max chart. Oh, it's going to look the same pretty much everywhere but the 24-hour chart. Yeah. Still not sure about this one. It's down a tiny bit, of course. Still $23.2 million. I liked it. CZ had it on his Twitter. See if their Twitter like references back to CZ. I'm sure it does. Where is it at? Yep. Thank you, CZ. You are a source of inspiration. This movement never stops. Looks like they have a live. Was CZ on the live? Yes, CZ was on their live talking. Okay. Well, there you go. I mean, we already knew we had the connection. That was yesterday that CZ was on Giggle Funds live talking. And it's probably somewhat worth. Sounded like he was just giving them a little bit of direction. They just kind of clipped 25 seconds of him talking, but I'm sure you could find the full thing somewhere. Giggles is really interesting. I mean, if this thing does continue to do what they're doing, I mean, you legit could be really early on it. Just charity coins have not been the best in the past, honestly. That is my opinion there. So, Doodles. What is Doodles about? So, $42.2 million market cap, Solana contract, a Binance Smart Chain contract. I don't know if I'm just making this up, but didn't Gary Vee have some kind of project called Doodles or something like that? I'm sure it's not connected, but let's check it out. Dolesville and the Doodles verse. Watch now. Doodles can't hold me down. What is this for? Oh, that's who they're drawing. Okay. I was like, I don't think that those people are actually in this. So your digital self reimagined, create your own avatar. But do they have like a metaverse? Is there no point in having having an avatar for no metaverse? I'm sure that's a goal of theirs. How many of you hit get started? Ah, another login. It's like not real Web3. Okay, continue with the wallet. I'm like, if I can't just continue with the wallet, like, I'm not impressed. They have apparel. Looks like they're really trying to go the more like media route. See how they had tons of shorts. This looks interesting. What was the market cap? 42 million. It's pretty small. Max chart says, how long has this thing been around? Since May 8th. 2025, and it has really pulled back, but very rounded price action there. Who knows? This thing could do well. If I had infinite money, I'd buy some, but I don't. I mean, if we all had infinite money, we would all buy some. Now, Per is one that I definitely seen posted quite a bit. Well, this is Per, and then there's Hyper, right? I'm sure this one's also. We did a Hyperliquid ecosystem breakdown, and I remember going over these coins. $125.3 million in its market cap, so more than Doodles, and more than Giggles. But it has been around a lot longer as well. To be fair, it was like May 2nd, 2024. CoinGecko started tracking it. Let's go look at it on their website, which is, of course, is just going to be Hyperliquid. Is very involved in the Hyperliquid ecosystem. Looks like there's a good bit of pump. Obviously, it's in the top gainer. So, yeah, there was a good bit of pump today. And this is just Hyperliquid's website. But let's go to their Twitter. Maybe we'll get more out of that. Is Hyper going to continue to pump? Or per, I should say. Yeah, Hyper. So this is Hyper. Okay. I did a reel about this just literally a few days ago. Chief Intern Officer at Hyperliquid. Please engage constructively with the Hyperliquid eco so Per doesn't go hungry. Got an alarm going off. It's no good. So yeah, this is very much connected to Hyper. Its growth is very much going to be dependent on Hyper. And that's pretty much is what it is there. Doesn't look like they have a lot going on other than the connection with Hyper. Let's close out some of these. Get too congested here. Get rid of AIXBT. And I remember hearing AIXBT a ton for a while. Is everybody jumping off? Nobody likes the Sunday streams? Sometimes the number just dips and then it goes right back to what it was. I never know. But as I always say, I'd be here looking at this stuff anyways. And you never know if you're going to find a gem until you find a gem, right? So Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic, 10 Inu, ETH, Bitcoin. It says ETH, but it says also Bitcoin. This is probably stupid. Just warning to everybody. It is a top gainer. It's been around a long time. I've mentioned it before. May 16th, 2023. I honestly, with a coin like this, I'd mostly expect it to do nothing. But somehow, miraculously, they still have $94.7 million in their market cap. What are they promising everybody? And I knew this was going to happen. Their website looks awful. No, I don't want to know the truth. There's terrible music playing. All right. And honestly, you know what it reminds me of? Like music starts playing and stuff. It reminds me of like MySpace back in the day. I'm good on that one. I don't know what pump group pumped that today, but good on them. Obviously, I'm just speculating. I don't actually know that happened. So we got Form, or 4. I've seen this thing a lot. Used to be Binary X, and they rebranded to 4. And it doesn't seem like it's going all that well for them. So May 20, Forum, hilarious. May 19th, 2025. And it looked like it was going all right. It was trending up, even if it was just slowly. And then they just lost all the gains on. Is this the one that had, there was a project that had a pretty major exploit, but I don't think it was this project. And it dropped from $4 all the way down to less than $1. And that looks like it happened pretty quick. Let's go to the 7-day. Okay, maybe the monthly. So maybe it was over like a month. Either way, not the greatest price action there. They still have like a Binary X Pro link. They haven't changed their link. Let's go to the Twitter. And I saw this thing trending a lot of days, honestly. Decentralized hub for GameFi, IGOAIM memes, driven by DeFi innovation, pushing boundaries, and building a fair open 3, previously Binary X. What else did they have? Do we have a real website? Sorry, you have been blocked. Well, that didn't take long, did it? We barely got to know each other. Play AI Hero. So they have like some kind of little game. Look like they have a few things going, but it's definitely not reflecting back in their price. So here's their Twitter. 334,000 followers. Seems like they probably just, changed the name from what they were before. No way they did that fast. September 8th, they got 469,000 impressions for just a picture that says 4 RWA sections launching soon. I mean, I guess it's some news about something launching soon. 4 is about to launch its real-world asset section, unlocking on-chain trading of real-world assets. But is it going to do that good? A milestone for forest development. So maybe they've been working on it a while, and that's why they got a lot of impressions. But what else do they post? Do they post anything else of value? Just like meme after meme after meme. It's like they're in the Asian market as well. Had an AMA. And then just like a lot of memeage, which I mean is good on social media for sure. You get engagement. I don't like how they instantly blocked me from getting on their website though. That wasn't very nice of them. All right. So that's Form. I've been meaning to really look at it a little bit more. It doesn't give me, I'm just going off my intuition. It doesn't give me the vibe that I need to care about that. I did not mean to click on wrap centrifuge, but I did. Well, at least look at the max. How long has this thing been around? Since like 2021. And it's a wrapped form of centrifuge. All right, what I wanted to click on was Hippo Protocol. Is another rebrand from Hippocrat to Hippo Protocol. I mean, at least that's not that different of a rebrand. $51.5 million in its market cap. Max chart says May 7th, 2025. That's probably when they rebranded. Not the length of the original project, but I'm not sure. And it looks like it's a layer 1. Healthcare. All right, well, y'all better not come compete with my XRP healthcare. Because if I have to get healthcare from somebody, it's going to be XRP. Smart contract platform, layer 1. Hippo Protocol. Oh, okay. Well, that makes a lot more sense. Like Hippo. Anybody in the medical world would understand what I'm trying to say. Click to enter Hippo Protocol. Okay. That was really strange. I feel like I got a virus just from being on that. Hippo Healthcare Data Protocol. I mean, I've been saying a long time that they need to take the whole medical system and put it on blockchain. It would make so much more sense. All your files be NFTs. When you need something, you don't have to fight with doctors or anything. You'd mostly just log into your healthcare wallet and they would all be right there. And you just send them over or share access or something of that nature. I'm sure there'd be like a protocol. I know the XRPH is a little more focused on actual prescriptions and stuff like that. You guys are probably like, what in the world is XRPH? Exactly. 1.5 million users on board. Healthcare checked records within quarter 4 million. So they're doing something. Web3 partners. They're listed on Mexi Global. Aggregate your healthcare data. Hippo Protocol frees your data from its source and aggregates them. I mean, I've said this was a great idea. Whoa. I'm rocking with the website, though. For a healthcare product, usually I'd expect a super boring website. Your data becomes complete and standardized and valuable assets you truly own. Security risks. Well, this got dark. Enhances, privacy. The website's dope. Your data, your assets. And I mean, a lot of this stuff is not all that hard to do. But somebody put in some effort. And if this is, not that hard to do, then look at some of the websites. Look at that Obama Harry Potter coin we just looked at. Why couldn't they do this? Your wellness at your fingertip. Helping you monitor your health. I mean, this is a lot of stuff you get from any healthcare, anything. And the website just keeps going. No need to fly home in an emergency. Access your healthcare. Yeah, when you're traveling, that is honestly, if anybody's ever traveled, it is a headache. Everything will be tokenized. Yeah, absolutely. Blues guy, you got it. And I'm counting on it. Collect your incentives. And that's where you have to say, like, this is a different narrative. How many different tokens in the healthcare are really, really trying to do something? And one thing I would say is look at the partners. Hippo's protocol ecosystem. Because when it comes to healthcare, if they don't have the right partners, ecosystem partners, but I want to see big private insurance or just a connection to government insurance or somebody who's big. I don't want to see crypto projects because crypto projects aren't going to get them nowhere with standard healthcare right now. Let's revolutionize healthcare together. Cool. And that's like the bottom of the website. The website was fire. I mean, you can't go through that website and not say that website was fire. And I judge very harshly when it comes to websites. I know a good website when I see one. Don't mean to brag. Cool. All right. Well, we broke it down. You know, if this was the biggest IQ raiser I got today, then I'm doing great. Anybody have any coins they want me to go over? It is Sunday. You know, halfway through the day, I really decided I was going to go live tonight. So I didn't have it set up. Usually I get up in the morning and really set everything up. So I didn't have a super well thought out show today. So we're just hanging out on a Sunday night. But I will gladly go over anything if anybody has anything they want me to go over. And what time did I hop on? 10:15. We're just running up on that first hour. I did not remember, of course, that Lifer wasn't going to be live. If I would have remembered that, I would have gone live much earlier. And that'll probably be how it is on the weekends, because this is just him traveling, I'm sure. So I'm sure that we'll be going live like 10:15 on the weekends. Could try to do it before, but I just feel like a lot of people will be busy. So what is Manu? So Manu is up 443% on its max, but when is that from? July 4th, 2025. Good day. 39.6 million in market cap. America. All right, Ethereum blockchain. Let's go to their Twitter, because they didn't really give me a website. Sometimes they'll have a website on their Twitter. And it looks like they do. Looks like a meme coin. Oh, of course. I should have known from the link that it was a Telegram. 3.1 million followers, it says, on Instagram. 7 million, but then they only have 12,000 on Twitter. It's kind of hard to believe, but I mean, I'm sure you could go figure it out. And what is the point here? Manu Fun, obviously, dog coin. 2.0 upgrade is live. We are excited to announce that Manu.fun, the pump.fun of Ethereum, has successfully rolled out. Oh no. We do not need a pump.fun on Ethereum. Ethereum is for serious institutional investors. I'm joking, of course, although it does feel that way. So it has successfully rolled out smart chain upgrades with Binance Smart Chain. I mean, you got to be on Binance Smart Chain. How can you not be on Binance Smart Chain? To me, I'm not a developer, but I think that's one of the easier places to set up shop. Of course, I got my Gala games open. Nice idle game. If you have no time to play games, that's the type of game you need. One you literally have to play. You don't even have to play it. You just touch it for like 2 minutes a day. Impossible Core Cloud. Wow, Cord. Impossible Cloud Network Token. Syndicate. I know we looked at Syndicate a little bit. I think this is the one we were talking about. Lifer kept accidentally grabbing when I was looking for Sin Futures. 56 cents. $268.3 million market cap. Ethereum. Base. Blockchain. Twitter. Let's look at the max chart real quick. So max chart's already up. September 17, 2025. Says it's infrastructure. Smart contracts, app chain. So a path to a community-owned world starts here. Build smart rollups and smart sequencers with full control over the network, sequencers, and economy. And you know, a lot of times, it's a really good narrative. So how many of you at some point have thought, you know, whether it was before you were in crypto or when you put the dots together and you thought like, you know, crypto has the potential to give the elitists of the world the ability to control and run everything. I mean, I feel like that's a narrative at least heard like one time somewhere, you know? It started with Doge and Shiba, and then OMG, Explosio of similar coins. Yeah. Oh yeah. Dog coins. And I always say, like, can they come up with some other animals? Like, we have dog and cat coins. Like, make a chameleon or a gecko or a monkey or something. Like, that way we can keep them all separate and actually have some excitement around it. Get no excitement out of a new dog coin at all. I don't care what dog they put on there. But anyways, what I was trying to say is, you know, a path to community-owned world starts here. I would say to anybody, if you ever have somebody say that to you, oh, I don't buy crypto, you know, they're going to use it to run the world and lock us all in 15-minute cities or whatever, it has just as much power to do the opposite. It just depends on whose hands we let run it. And the honest truth is probably both sides are going to have their hands in it and try to run it at the same time. So the Sind is for the first time now available on Aerodrome and Base. So this is very locked in with the Base blockchain. And it's funny, we always say, it's funny how much Base did a good job of branding themselves as like their own blockchain when really they're a layer 2 on Ethereum. They're not their own blockchain. And I mean, Ethereum's a place to be. I mean, you got security for days, and if you can fix a lot of the other stuff, it's a good place to be. I don't knock it. I'm not saying Base is, you know, bad or wrong for doing that, but it is interesting. Everybody else, we call them a layer 2 all the time. Polygon. We don't talk about Polygon like it's its own chain. And what's the one that we keep going over that keeps talking about the place where Ethereum wins? Somebody knows what I'm talking about. Duvo. $77.4 million in its market cap. It's weird. I don't feel like, what were those tabs? The buy, sell. Anybody saw that for a second before it disappeared? Okay, so Duvo has a Hashdara contract address. I don't see that a lot. I really don't see Hashdara or Hedera Hashgraph contracts addresses like ever. Base blockchain and Ethereum though. And what are the tags? Infrastructure, regenerative finance, real world assets. I remember when somebody told me one time that regenerative health was going to be a huge niche in crypto projects that, you know, we're working on the science. I guess it would be wrapped under DeSci nowadays. And I never saw that play out ever. Very interesting. Managed service to scale climate impact. Not my kind of narrative, personally. I mean, there's people who believe that the earth is heating up, and there's a bunch of other opinions. I'm not saying nothing is happening. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that nothing is going on. Something is probably going on. But I don't think we have the answers for it. High quality ecological credits are hard to find. You know, this plays into your climate credits. Not a narrative I really like. I don't like the idea of like, I mean, it's one thing, you know, they start with the corporations and they have to buy carbon taxes. You know, right here, the task force on scaling voluntary carbon markets. It always starts voluntary. And then all of a sudden you like didn't pay your carbon credits and you can't run your air conditioner or something stupid. You can't drive your car. That's not a world that I really want to live in. And then of course, most of you guys probably know, but that's a narrative that also, you know, they could push really hard on us, but are they going to enforce it on other countries that literally have no safeguards for any of this stuff? So we're going to be over here doing the most and they're just going to double down, because then everything will have to be produced over there for us so that we don't have to buy the carbon credits, and they'll just burn all the stuff and ruin the environment somewhere else. You have to kind of get the whole world on board. And I know I'm just talking here, but those are my thoughts on it. So Duvo has migrated from Binance Smart Chain, Ethereum, and Polygon to Hashdara. So did they move all of it to Hashdara? Because they still had the Ethereum and Base. Very interesting. Now, this makes a lot of sense actually. So Duvo has migrated from Binance Smart Chain, Ethereum, and Polygon to Hashdara. Well, who is partners with Hashdara? The WEF. I mean, that's kind of like their crypto is Hashdara. I don't even know a lot of other cryptos who they're partnered with. So if they're partnered with Hashdara and they're all about carbon credits, I mean, that starts to line up hand in hand. I don't even know why they were ever on Binance Smart Chain, to be honest with you. Kita. Let's talk about Kita. So Kita 273 by market cap, up 5,134% on its max chart, and only been around since March 6, 2025. Those are some serious numbers, though. And that's what it's holding right now. I mean, it's been much higher. $1.53 looks like it was its all-time high. And who knows, maybe I got some people upset with that narrative or the things I was talking about. $282.8 million in market cap, base blockchain. Let's go to their website. What is Kita all about? Let's go to their categories. They're a layer 1. Real world asset, payment solutions, stablecoin issuers. So, Blues Guy says, what do you know about Velo? Not Velodrome. Apparently, it's for unique credit exchange networks of finance and fiat bridge. We'll go look at it in just a minute. Very interesting. So what does Kita got to offer here? I know I've pulled it up before. Kita, where networks connect, Kita serves as a common ground for all payment networks and assets.
Welcome to Kita Network.
Oh no.
Blockchain that connects all networks.
I didn't know we were doing this.
Platform for fast cross-chain transactions across payment
How well
networks
can you
and
hear
blockchains.
this?
Tokenized assets trade instantly and securely within Kita, with optional digital ID verification for compliance and trust with Kita. With 10 billion transactions per second and 400 millisecond settlement times, Kita is the foundation for a truly interconnected ecosystem. Fast, scalable, secure. Join Kita.
How do I make it stop? All right. You guys probably couldn't hear that all that well, but they're just talking about payment stuff. It's just a promotional video. Move assets across networks. They didn't really give me any information that was good. I mean, all this information that you read right here is pretty much all the information that was in the video. Trade real world assets. Compliance when it counts. Scalable by design. I think they literally took the script from that video and put it in these squares. Kita is orders of magnitude more scalable and efficient than existing solutions. And one thing to think about, I mean, you hear everybody talk about efficiency and scalability. A lot of times as retail, we are just taking their word for a lot of stuff. I mean, you could tell me that, you know, you had the best finality, which is, you know, throughputs per second, and I would just have to take your word for it. I don't have any idea. Built-in tokenization, and then you have audits and stuff like that, but who knows with that stuff too. And I don't think most of them are making it all up. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, remember that there is a level of trust that we are giving a lot of these projects. Kita Network natively integrates tokens, and Rule Engine enables participants to create and manage digital or real-world assets with comprehensive control or compliance built directly into the protocol. Built on compliance, of course. Decentralized marketplace. They have to be compliant if they want to do what they're saying that they're going to do, or continue to do what they're saying they're going to do, or saying they do actually do. Say that 17 different ways. All right, so let's look at what underground. Bro, I'm telling you, I am like twisting up my words tonight. This is crazy. But Blues Guy. And now I'm typing in Blues Guy. What is going on? I'm telling you, the crazy part is I don't even feel that tired. But I'm operating like I'm exhausted. So, is this the right Velo? You had a weird little mark over the O. I don't even know how to do that. Well, let's look at the narrative, right? Decentralized finance. Probably not the right thing. This isn't Velodrome, is it? It would say Velodrome, I'm pretty sure. Let's go to the website. Bridge, TradFi, and Web3. Yeah, this seems like what you were talking about. So apparently it's for unique exchanges, networks, and finance and fiat bridge. Yep, right here. DeFi and Web3 bridges. I mean, chart looks awful. From 2020, it came out pumped way out the gate. It's done nothing since 21. If you really want to be fair, it's done nothing since like 2022. So it's done nothing for 3 years, like literally. We'll go into like the 7 days. He did, or the month, I'm sorry. I mean, I guess a little bit of motion there. Let's see what the 3 month looks like. It looks like a big head and shoulder. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I'm not sure how that you came across this. Explorer is stellar, so you probably came across it because it's on the XLM network, also Binance Smart Chain. I know you like your XRP and XLM. Daily. Exactly. All right, so what else can we learn about this? Empowering the future of finance. I don't know about that one. Unless it's like very back end. It did say it was infrastructure, right? Okay. So, yeah, I mean, they could be building something cool with infrastructure that's just not going to be relevant till another project picks it up and uses it. I mean, XLM, just like XRP, very much has that narrative of moving things around from TradFi and also Web3 bridges, you know, cross-border payments. They could be building something that will eventually do something, and then money will go into their market cap. But that's highly speculative. I think if you believed in Velo, probably best to just get some more XLM, right? And I bought quite a bit of XRP back in the day. I didn't buy a lot of XLM. I bought a little bit, but I didn't buy a lot of it. So I'll be really interested to see how that goes. Not saying I don't believe XLM is doing what they say they'll do, but it seems like the little cousin, not even the little sibling, like literally like the little cousin of XRP. Blues guy is probably shaking his head at me for saying that. But as far as sentiment, I'm not talking about the tech. I'm not talking about any of that kind of stuff. Just sentiment in the market. All right, what else we got going on here? Let's go to Crypto Rank and see if they give us anything different. Another reason why I really wanted to go live tonight is I just want to stay on top of whatever's trending and stuff, you know, talk about what the next narratives are going to be. You know, it seems kind of like it's somewhat confirmed, and wow, that fear and greed index moved a lot. Seems like it's somewhat confirmed. We won't get our hopes up too soon, but it looks like Bitcoin kind of found its bottom, and we're going to get maybe some pump for at least a couple weeks, please. I believe that finance will be huge. I know that. Yeah, I mean, in one way, shape, or form, decentralization, tokenization, real world assets, finance, lending, protocols, all of that stuff, even decentralized exchanges apparently, are all going to be really big. I don't see any of that changing, and it's all stuff that's already big. I mean, I think that's a good bet a lot of the time is they're things that are already popular. Real world assets are just assets. Real estate's already big. You know, cars are already really popular as far as owning them and them being assets and stuff like that goes. So it should be no surprise that they will be big in crypto or just in the world tokenized. Lighter, gotta shout out Lighter. And I just saw a project that just yield basis and Anoma. So we'll get yield basis. Doesn't look like the funnest project to look at. Looks like very infrastructure, but that's all right. We have a seed round, an IEO from Kraken with 100% liquid at token generation event, 2.5 million. And I know they have a spot for new coins. We'll take a look at that too. You are right. I'll take it. Thank you. I'm sure we're gonna say something else as well. So yield basis, status launch. What is this doing? Giving me a virus. Audits, contracts. I mean, unless it's really loading something, this is a fail in my opinion. Volatility is your yield. Makes sense. Many incredible projects. I feel like a kid in a candy store. LOL. Yeah. I mean, that's a great analogy, Blues Guy, because if you take it a little farther, it's almost like a kid in a candy store who had $2 and bought some candy already and is still in the candy store perpetually forever, and he already spent his $2, so he can't buy any more candy. I think that really that sums that up. Oh, I just had to hit enter the whole time. So here's your markets: TBTC, CBBTC, and Wrap BTC. TVL, like 3 million between all of them. Token APY is soon. Okay, how new is this project? I don't even know if this project is out yet. Let's see. Can we pull yield basis? And you know you've leveled up when you don't even go to type things in anymore. You just copy and paste them from one place to another. That's pro level right there. Blues Guy, did you like my analogy of the candy store? I mean, you said it first, but I was just expanding upon it. So this thing is super small. Unibase volume 2. Why would it be on volume 2 of Uniswap? Unibase. Hilarious. I'm just saying everything backwards. Anybody ever have a day like that where you're just mixing up all the words? It never happens to me. It's crazy. All right. So it brought me all the way to the Gecko terminal, which makes me know that this is small. And do they even have a market cap? Well, the coin must be out because it has a volume, 24-hour volume of 77, call it 78,000. I know the market cap's got to be right in front of my face, and I'm just missing it. Where is the market cap? He said I did. I appreciate your feedback. Anybody else see it? Where's the market cap of this thing? How can they tell me the the daily volume and not get? Oh, there it is. I knew it was right in front of my face. 123,000 in market cap. This thing is tiny. I don't know. I didn't love their website. The only reason why I would think this might be worth throwing, I don't know, $20 in, just because of the market cap is stupid small, and it's actually in the searched. It's in the 20 most visited coins in the last 7 days. Could be a play there. And, I wouldn't go crazy on it personally if it was me. If I was going to throw a couple dollars in it, I'd throw like $20 in it. Because from, what did we say, 123,000, if that thing went to, I don't know, 10, 20 million, you have a lot of X's, that's for sure. Anoma. But it is a big risk. Don't get me wrong. XAN. Anoma. I do see a lot more coins on CryptoRank that have not launched yet. It's very interesting. CoinGecko doesn't give me as many of those, but I almost feel like it makes me kind of miss some opportunities a little bit. 2.5 million raised in an ICO. Platform was Echo. They raised 25 million with investors like Spartan Group, Delphi Ventures. I thought it was interesting. I was asking the other day if anybody knew what the original Delphi Oracle comes from and why it stopped being a source of the ancient world. I never did get an answer from anybody. Let's see. Let's go to their website. I really wasn't finding much there. So Web3's intent distributed user-friendly OS operating system, I'm assuming. Anoma is a distributed operating system. Well, that confirms that for intent-centric applications. Sometimes I'm just reading it wrong. Sometimes it's like they just make words up. It unifies underlying blockchain into single development environments, ending the fragmentation of state and users that limit today's decentralized applications. So user-centric and infra-abstract. Whatever that means. I mean, I know what abstract is. Put your users at the center of blockchain experience and abstract away the complexities of underlying infrastructures. I mean, it makes sense. Access user states and settlements on any chain Anoma is connected to with one deployment. Compose interactions at the intent level 1, not just transaction levels. Unifying state cross-connected chain. Uniquely expressive. Express any user intent and create arbitrary applications types that are fully decentralized. So they must have some kind of operating system. Scale free and cost free. Scale as much as the law of physics allows to Anoma's unique approach to scalability. That's definitely kind of a call to action there for developers. Programmable data sovereignty. Control what data is shared, with whom, and for what purpose. And empower your users with full sovereignty over their own data. I like that idea. Apps that work like magic. All right. So Anoma introduces a new era of decentralized applications where you define the outcome you want. Declare your intent and let Anoma handle the rest. This is really interesting. I mean, I hear what they're saying. I have absolutely no idea how they would be making that happen. Because they're like saying, you know, don't worry, no fees. You can build anything you want and you can control everything about it. Now, we could go on a very deep dive of this. We're not going to. We make a good video, but first we got to see if this is even a relevant project. I like the narrative, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It has a nice narrative. Doesn't have a market cap, though, that I can find. And what are we calling this? XAN. Let's pull it up on CoinGecko if we can. Okay, they do have it. Shout out to anybody who's here right now on a Sunday night. Definitely really appreciate you. No data here. That's pretty funny. And that's Uniswap Volume 4. This chart usually does not come up in this setting. Usually they take you to the Gecko terminal for that. Orphan says, good morning. Is it morning where you are, Orphan? He's got coffee. Orphan. Why do I keep calling you Orphan? I don't know what's wrong with me tonight. I'm sorry. Orhan. Yo, what? Anyways, is it morning where you are? How do you come back from that? Oh, man. Between Mr. Williams and Colin Orhan, Orphan, man, not good. So it's worth $0, this Anoma. Yeah, just switch the topic. Wow. Yeah, where are you at? All right. I'm trying not to laugh, but man, that was hilarious. So it's worth nothing, and there's no data. I don't even, do they even have did they get shut down? Did they rug pull? What happened to this project? Oh, man. I don't know. Is it because it's Sunday? I have absolutely no idea. I'm starting to regret going live on Sunday. Maybe I needed sleep. Maybe because I've been editing a 6.5 minute video for 2 days. What is going on? Yo, I don't even know what to say. Then he said, "Where you at, baby girl?" I think you meant to text that, Orhan. I don't think you meant to put that in here. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. Blues Guy says, "You funny. I can't stop laughing." Dude, I can't stop laughing. I can't get like this. I'm live streaming on the internet, right? I got to hold it together and be composed. All right, apps that work like magic. Well, I think the magic ran out because this project is worth $0. This is very strange. I've never seen this. Did it just not launch yet? Maybe they're like really about to launch and they just haven't gotten all the data feed in or something. He said wrong chat. Yo, I think you meant to text that to your girl, brother. I'm assuming again that you're a guy. I'm sorry. Oh man, all the jokes I want to say, I'm not gonna say them, but you probably know what they are. Um, all right, why am I still even looking at this? Let's move on. That coin, how is it trending? I guess my question is like, how in the world was this thing even trending? Well, it's not. It's not trending. It's being searched. So somebody out there knows something about Enoma, and we don't. We don't know anything about Enoma. We don't even know the price of it. All right. One more time. Let's just go look at their Twitter and see if we can get any information, like a post that says, we launch in 5 minutes, something like that. Man, surprised everybody didn't leave the stream. I start messing up too, and all of a sudden there's more people on the stream than ever before. It's crazy. It's morning. Where are you from, Orhan? I can't believe I called you Orphan, bro. What in the world? Oh, man. It's almost like I'll never let myself live that one down. So Web3's operating system. I don't know. This thing sounds like absolute nonsense. Blockchains have come a long way. They're faster, cheaper, and more scalable than ever with efficient ZK. They're increasingly practical for widespread adoption. Okay, so upward shifting innovation, and if you know, you know. I mean, apparently if you know, you know, like maybe you know what the price of the coin is. Together we move tomorrow. That was posted 17 hours ago. Pin post. I mean, maybe that coin really is about to launch. And it just hasn't really told us yet. Hasn't got all the data feed in. Where did I have it? I had it on CoinGecko, didn't I? Got a link tree. Okay, we went to their website. Surprised they don't have CoinGecko or something like that as a link. Now I messed up the chat. Blues guy. Man, y'all are killing me in the chat. This is fun. I'm glad I went live tonight. All right, so let's break this down. Blues guy is asking Orhan where he's from. He said, shout out from Thailand. He said, Thailand, land of Mudang and ladyboys. Bro, you're killing me. Bro, I spit out my coffee. And then Blues guy says, oh, I see why you said baby girl. So you had no idea why I was saying that. And then Mudang and ladyboys. Yeah. All of that hilarious, and shout out to Thailand. I watch too many travel shows. I would go there for sure. Check it out. Are you originally from Thailand, or did you go there for living purposes? Whatever that means. Living purposes. All right. Got to bring it together at midnight on Sunday. So what I was really trying to find was markets. So I guess what I want to do is I want to go back to CoinGecko. Have a quick tab for it. Don't need to type it in. Then we'll do this XAN. We might maybe be super early on something here. Also, maybe not. Also, it might be worth $0. So, yeah, down here, it's supposed to tell me markets where I can buy this thing, and it's not. It's not telling me that. Now, it does the same thing on CryptoRank. Okay, so you can't buy it anywhere. So what was this post about Mexi listing? So is it listed on Mexi? It says September 23rd, 2025. That was a couple days ago, several days ago. But how could it be listed on Mexi and then nobody knows what its market cap is or what its price is? Maybe that's when they got the deal and it's not listed yet. Is this the same Twitter? Okay, it was this stuff up here. So yeah, tomorrow we move together. If you know, you know. We should probably go look at the comments of that. Now we're getting nitty gritty here. He says living with purpose. Man, y'all are cracking me up. Love the community. We don't know testnet allocation. We don't know win checkers. Yeah, it seems like everybody is just as lost as I am when it comes to what is going on here. Bro, there is a coin called Mudang. Yeah, for sure. I have pre-recorded videos on it. I don't know if you're talking to me or Orhan. I got to make sure I say that right. But yeah, I've done videos on Mudang. Claim airdrops from compromised wallets. Well, that's a heck of a headline. Claim airdrops from compromised wallets. Dude, the whole element of this, I was spending a minute on this project. It's kind of hilarious. Oh, this is totally different. This is a totally different project. Okay, sorry. I just had to remember I'm in the comments here. XAN is coming tomorrow. If you know, you'll cook with me, right? But where in the world do you buy it? On Mexi? But how would CoinGecko not know that? Yo, shots fired. Orhan says there's also a coin called Bitcoin. Not sure if you heard of it. Yo, getting saucy in the chat. Said name your favorite coin. Yo, it's hilarious. All right. Are we wasting our time on this project, or are we super early on this thing? I think we're super early, but how did it... I don't want to do it. Does anybody use Mexi Global? I don't want to try to pull it up on my phone right now. Just deployed the Anoma protocol adapter on Plasma. Isn't that XPL that's pumping right now? All assets on Plasma can be used via any Anoma app, like Anoma Pay. So this has a connection to Plasma. Is this the same Plasma that's XTL? Yeah, it absolutely is the same one. All right, well, we got ourselves a little narrative here. There's a connection between this Anoma coin and Plasma. Honestly, just intuition, but I think this might be one of the gems that we found tonight. I don't know where to buy it. Maybe it's going to come out tomorrow. I will look for it. This is one that we definitely... Somebody remember this and bring it up tomorrow on the live stream. He says, Bitcoin, yeah, I heard of it when it was $100. I bought pizza with it. Yo, you're hilarious. I hope you never actually did that, but obviously somebody did. That's the classic story. Anoma. We spent too much time on Anoma. What am I looking at? What is this? Is this my feed? Says the algorithm's even worse. Master friend, if you know, you know. All right. Well, we'll look out for Anoma. I'm not really getting any answers. I could go to Mexi Global, but I don't have my VPNs up and stuff like that. I don't need them flagging my account. Just get rid of YB was another one we looked at. Closing everything we don't need here. Let's see if Bubble Maps has changed much. Again, it was interesting that Anoma had some kind of ability to work with XPL. And XPL has been popular. The hour, of course, looks a little different. 0G, staying relevant. It's not all down. I don't know. I'm definitely going to be looking for that Anoma tomorrow. Hopefully somebody reminds me. Or I could just write it down on my table here. It's just a big... My table is like a big piece of glass, so I can just write on it. Said, I like Plasma XPL, but the price action keeps circling back to my entry at $1.38 since the 27th. Yeah, XPL is really interesting when it comes to that. You'd think it would have pumped and just kept pumping like a lot of coins were, but it didn't. I have the chart up, actually. Let me pull that up real quick. Okay, I see where you got in. For sure. You know, it's got some kind of cup and handle vibes, double bottom-ish vibes on the 15. Stokes are low. All right, I really was looking at crypto rank. Let's pull crypto rank back up because they have a spot for new coins, and we should look there. Come on. Recently listed. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay, here we go. It's like Bitcoin and Ethereum. I was like, that's not right. Need a real leg up. Worst entry ever, but yeah. Yeah, you kind of caught a top, and then you got lucky. It kind of kept going, and then now it's come back down. Kind of looks like a support and resistance level for sure. Okay, we got BitLight Labs. We did look at this. Don't ask me if it was today or yesterday or the day before. I don't know, but we did look at BitLight. Does it say what day it was listed? No, they're not telling us that. Okay. Cacao, or something like that. It's not cacao. It's Ko. I feel like it's like a foreign language, actually. That's what they're really trying to say. And I'm not pronouncing it right. Another no market cap because this coin apparently just came out. It's down 19% with no market cap. Oh, wait, not arbitrage. It's the last thing I want to see. Chart looks pretty ugly. Let's go to the 7-day. Of course, it hasn't even been out that long. This thing looks like it just launched. And they don't... Okay, they do have a website for us. They didn't even give me a warning this time. And I'm sorry to hear about your entry there. It'll probably be all right. If Bitcoin starts pumping, I'm sure you'll get a little something out of it. So, Ko. How am I supposed to say this? Anybody know how I'm supposed to say this? Not that you could tell me. It's a new value token issued on Binance Smart Chain. Go figure. And jointly issued by Three Kingdoms community. Okay, I am familiar with that. It is more than just a digital asset. It's a token symbolizing the Wei Dynasty lofty ambitions to conquer the world. It's just Coco or Cow or however I'm supposed to say that. Today is not the day for me to try to even come up with how that's supposed to be said. Through his brilliant strategy, orchestrated the Three Kingdoms, and the token will guide holders on grand journeys in the blockchain era. This sounds like a heck of a promise here. I want the grand journeys tokenization. Community and ecosystem. They got a roadmap that looks very unattractive to read. Because of the nature of this project, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. Tokenomics is just a video. I'm sure we could do with a diagram. This looks terrible. Like they literally said, our goal 100 times in 30 days. What does that even mean? That just seems like a bad translation into English or something like that. All right. It's probably one of those tokens I shouldn't have looked at, but we're deep diving and researching, so you're going to come across absolute garbage sometimes. And I don't know if it is garbage. Somebody out there in their community is going to get really mad at me. I don't know. Not another MAGA coin. We don't need any more of those coins. See if any of these look good. Rita, Retsa coin? I wanted to say Rasta coin right away, but that's not what that says. It's got to be a meme. listed coins in the last 30 days. Can I change that? I don't want to look at 30 days. I want to look at the last 7 days. Okay. Why are those coins still there? Yeah, he says. Oh, man, I guess I wasn't looking at the chat for a minute. Cow, like the second half of cow, probably twice. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I knew I wasn't saying it right, though. I've seen that word, or I've seen it written like that before. That's a lot of promises. Xi Jinping money, yep. And then he says 100 times in 30 days. I'm getting that tattooed. Man, it's been a fun stream, though. I don't think I've laughed this much on a stream yet, so maybe that's just going to be a Sunday night vibe. Of course, Monday, we're going to get super serious. I will look directly into the camera and be very serious on Monday, because this is a serious show. All right, clones. What is clones? And when you're looking at the type of things like that are the most recently listed, that is where you're going to find a lot of junk. It's where you're going to find a lot of gems, is what it is. This thing is 982,000 market cap. Has anybody ever thought about, like, and I mean, you could do it with meme coins and stuff. I would probably recommend not doing it with most meme coins, but like literally taking $10 per coin and buying it and just like have one of them hit and take you to like $1,000 or something and pull it out and then use $10, for each project out of that 1,000, and then maybe you'll hit another one and just see if you go broke first or if you make some money. I would do that live on the stream. Just have a portfolio of just absolute garbage market caps, because they're brand new. Obviously, the projects don't have to be garbage. And then just see if we like lose all our money or not. That would be a super fun project. So clone, create, own, trade. Create 1 million versions of yourself. Now you're talking. I mean, I could do with like just 10. Just 10. I don't need 1 million versions of myself. I will take 10 versions of myself and I will be a multimillionaire without a shadow of a doubt. The first liquid AI data infrastructure. Meet your clone. Let's just click there. Oh, no. I wasn't ready for that. I think we just got a virus live on air. No, thank you. Can I go back? Just like meet your clone and just instant video playing. That was very unsolicited. So I don't know. It looks kind of cool. All jokes aside, I have absolutely no idea how they plan on delivering any of this. Yeah, I don't like when you like click something and then it just goes to something random and a video starts playing. It's really annoying. Let's go to their X, though. The first liquid AI infrastructure where you create, trade, and own the IP. It's kind of like Story. Except I don't know if that has to do with AI. Forge demo. So the Forge is the engine powering the world's first liquid market for human expertise. While ChatGPT can think and write, the next evolution of AI will actually do, controlling your computer, executing tasks, automating entire workflows. This requires training. Yeah, it does, because what do I do when it's running my computer and it's not doing what I want it to do? How many of you guys ever use ChatGPT? If you've ever used ChatGPT, sometimes it doesn't know what it's talking about. And you will correct it and ask it, like, what are you doing? Like, today, after you ask it to do something, right? And then it, like, kind of gives a suggestion under, like, it'll answer your question or whatever. And then it'll say, like, would you like me to do this? And it was like, would you like me to create a heat map chart of, I don't know, trending cryptos or something like that? And I was like, yes. And then it just didn't. It didn't do it at all. It just did something totally different. And that is why I do not want it to run my computer by itself, because Next thing you know, I'll have like the FBI at my door or something like that. Because God knows what it would be doing. And somebody could code it to do crazy stuff. That you got to take that into consideration as well. AI is just code. AI stands for artificial intelligence, and I think a lot of people haven't stopped to think that what we have right now is just like super Google. It's not actual artificial intelligence. I think if it was real artificial intelligence, they would not let you have it. Not at this point of where we are. Those are just my thoughts, though. I know that's what you came here for, my opinions on AI. So, all kinds of weird coins, though, that I don't even click on, like this Hilo USD. It's got to be a stable coin. CF Large Cap Index. No idea what that is. It says DeFi. At least they do have some categories over here. Retsa coin. Nailed it. Meme coin. Guess we'll take a look at that. Oh, it's some anime chick. I thought it was like a strung out cat at first. That's what it looked like in the little thumbnail. All right. I really am not a fan of this trading view chart on Crypto Rank. Let's go to the website. Okay. That's crazy. Their whole website it's coming soon. Will hard pass on that one. I gave it a chance too, and I knew I shouldn't. Dang it, hit back too many times. How's everybody feeling? Is it midnight for you where you're at? Tell me what time it is in the chat where you're at. That way I can see who's still actually here paying attention. I know some of y'all just fell asleep with your computer on. It happens. I never turn my computer off, so I feel you. Blockchain service. Robot Exxon? Rocks is the ticker. 11 a.m. That's good to know. It's 11 a.m. in Thailand. Only an hour behind? That's crazy. Got that. Oh, you know what? It's probably a whole day behind. Oh, he said 11 a.m. I'm thinking of 11 p.m. I think I'm the one who needs to go to sleep. Got that cappuccino with extra shot going. Hey, that's my kind of coffee right there. So $734,000 in its market cap. Midnight, still listening. I'm glad you're still here, Miss Williams. I didn't scare you off. I appreciate you being here. Hopefully you learned something. Tonight, this show felt a little bit off. I do apologize to everybody. As much as it's been fun, I've been laughing. Hopefully you've been having a good time. This is not the way this show normally goes down. I'm going to have to, make this private after I'm done so nobody else watches this. I'm just kidding. I won't do that. I want the watch hours. So, market cap is very tiny. Let's go to the website because I still don't. It said blockchain infrastructure. Isn't that right? Isn't that what it said? Let's go back. The tags are not the best on CryptoRank. Says, I have always. Hey, I appreciate that. The support out here has been so good. I can't complain for nothing. It says blockchain service. Okay, not infrastructure. So simulate robots. Claim ownership. Earn from every test. I mean, isn't that AI agents? Are they trying to rebrand AI agents and sell it to us as something different? What is a simulate robot? What does that even mean? Because if it's virtual, then it'd have to be like AI agents, right? Independent testers and roboticist. They're just trying to mess me up. I don't know how I'm supposed to say that. Maybe I'm just out of it. Run high stakes, real world inspired simulations. Publish them, prove ownership, earn royalties every time your data powers another robotic system. Drone and robotic manufacturers. Says, I like to deep dive in these coins. Hey, I'm glad that you're here and you like these deep dives because we are looking at a lot of very small coins right this second. And sometimes this is where the sauce is. this is where a lot of big gains can be made, and also where you can lose large amounts of money. So if you look at any of these projects, obviously I'm not a financial advisor. I don't tell you to buy anything. But if you do speculate on it, and you were me for some reason and not yourself, and I was doing what you were doing, however we want to say this, that I'm supposed to say it, I would use very little amounts of money, because you're so small market caps. If they hit a tiny bit of money, could be a lot of money. And what's a tiny bit of money? Well, that's up to you. Orhan says, any thoughts on osmosis and those DeFi stuff? I just saw BLD Algoric do a big leg up. They're a Web3 project. We'll take a look at that actually next. Very interesting. Osmosis is an ecosystem that I've gone over it quite a bit, but there's nothing in their ecosystem that I use very often. And I'm supposed to be reading this. I'm just scrolling through it. I do apologize. Let's go check out this project that he just brought up, giving us some direction here. BLD. Algoric, okay. Or Agoric. 36.6% in 24 hours. No, we want the max chart. Said September 1st. What, though? 2022. So this thing isn't new. I mean, you've been around since 2022, and you have $4.5 million in your market cap. He said he got a leg up. It went from 0.004 to where it is now. I mean, it definitely started to move, but it's not quite big enough of a move to be all that meaningful. It says osmosis, also secret. What is secret? Man, we just went over it the other day. Every time I see it, I can't remember what it was. It was a modular blockchain. It's keep wanting to say Constellation. I think it might be Constellation. I don't think that's the right one. What's the ticker for that? TIA? TAI? There's two different ones. A small pump on the small time frames. Yeah, exactly. And that's how it starts, though. I would be looking more for, getting above 200s on something significant, 200 MAs on something like maybe like the 4 hour before I would look at getting in. Secret network. Yeah, exactly. Interesting. What is secret? It's going to drive me nuts. We just went over it. Like I said, it's a modular blockchain. Just look at modular. We did a deep dive on modular. I don't know if you were here or Han. But normally we have a topic of the day to go over. Yeah, Celestia. That's what it is. Pretty sure Celestia is secret. Now, why they went with secret and not like TIA chain, Celestia chain, no idea. Osmosis ecosystem and the secret ecosystem, because it is its own layer 1. Very interesting. I hope that was somebody's crypto IQ moment of the day here. I like the website, though. I'm a sucker for these graphics a lot of times. Cool stuff. All right. Orchestration for a seamless Web3. Build feature-rich applications that seamlessly coordinate assets and service across multiple blockchains. I mean, let's be honest. It's not hard to throw these words up and put these pictures on here. What has it been doing, though? For, what did we say, 3 years? I don't remember what the months were. It was August 29th, 2022. So it's been a while. Let's just say that it has been a while. Could it start moving? Maybe. I wish they would put like a 200 MA on this chart. That would be sick. We probably could do that on Crypto Rank. Will they let us do that on Crypto Rank? Let's pull up a random coin here. BNB Goat. Doge Base. Linder.fi. It sounds like a legitimate outlaw game. GameFi. That's for Fridays, though. Moo. Moomoo's not new. How many different Moomoos are there? Developer Camp. Anyways, we'll pull up one of these random. This Developer Camp is a meme coin? Doesn't seem like a very meme-ish meme coin, but okay. And this is CryptoRank.io. I thought they had trading view charts. You can compare them to different coins. Okay, I didn't know you could do that. It's kind of like the coin perspective type stuff there. How much traction do they have on Twitter? Oh, they just search it on Twitter. That's crazy. They don't even have a link for Twitter. Good on that. Yeah, I don't know. Seems like a really small coin. If I were you, I would just more look at it from TA standard. Look for a 200 MA on like the 4 hour, even the daily, and see if you can get above one of those before you rather buy spot or open a position. That's what I would do if I were you. What time is it? It's going on 12:10. So almost 2 hours. I'm not going to lie. I feel like I've been streaming for like 6 hours. It's just one of those days. Probably because I need to, I don't know. I haven't eaten anything much today, so that's probably what it is. I had to go to like a kid's birthday party at a water park. And that is why I've eaten no food. Dang it, it loaded and I still reloaded it. Well, are we at the point where we just play gala games? I'm going to mess with Townstar for a minute. Wrapping it up. I got Anoma on the board here. I want to see if Anoma is something that we see in the next day or two or tomorrow. Tomorrow will be Mystery Monday, so it'll be a mystery what we're going to go over. That works out well for Mondays for me, putting together the stream. Kind of makes it simple. And a lot of times it's so we could, originally it was so we could look at everything, you know, that's kind of gone on over the weekend. But I actually streamed all weekend this weekend, so. Also, tomorrow, Monday, 3 o'clock. For anybody who's here, you're definitely the MVPs of my community. And I'll still post about it because there's a few people who couldn't be here, I'm sure, like Watchmen. And there's a lot of people holding me down. No disrespect to anybody who's been holding me down if you're not here. But anyways, I finally finished the video about the interview. Lighter did an interview with a guy named Corey Hoffestein who does a podcast called Flirting with Models. Obviously, models, they're talking about like technical models and stuff. The guy who does the interview is big. And apparently, it's a pretty well-known interview if you're in that circle. He does quantitative investing is what the guy actually does. He's part of like, you have to watch the video. But anyways, that's just kind of the background. It launches at 3 p.m. tomorrow. Why? Because that's when ChatGPT said it was the best time to launch it. Obviously, I went through the information that it gave me on why that is. Seemed pretty solid, and it's better than me just guessing. So we're launching it at 3 p.m. on Monday. 18 people. Wow. I put on Townstar for like a minute, and everybody just ran in. What's up, everybody? If you're here, this is the Underground Crypto Research Deep Dive Show. We're chilling on a Sunday, and yeah, usually we're not so relaxed here, but if you like the game, know that we do GameFi on Fridays. Blues Guy says Mr. O. Oh, mystery. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you spelled that wrong or if I'm just too tired to read it, but yeah, Mystery Monday. Sometimes just like a flux of people. What's up, everybody? Drop a comment if you're in here. Yeah, 2 more people hopped out. Looks like one of them staying behind. I was honestly just getting ready to get off. I should not tell you that, guys, but whatever. And I am just selling all this sugar to the neighboring towns. It's a never-ending adventure of selling the sugar to the neighboring towns. Gala games. One day I'm going to do one of the tournaments. I don't think I'll do it live because it'll probably take, 8 hours to do. I wonder if I can play it like an idle game if I do that. Hopefully I get something. And the biggest gem from today, what did anybody learn today? Did we raise any crypto IQs today? Anybody who thinks that they learned something, tell me what it was. I would really like to know. A little bit sure where to go from here. Do I just build more sugar cane farms and more windmills and just only do sugar? This is like what I always do in these kind of games too. Is instead of actually diversifying and having a bunch of different things, I just like monopolize one thing until you just make the money constantly run, and then you just do whatever. But then the game's not even like what the game's supposed to be, assuming that it's supposed to be something. And yeah, what happens when I unlock the entire map? And they really do make it difficult. I'm gonna have to switch to some other form of money. I know nobody here probably cares about this at all, but hey, I'm playing it, so I'm talking about it. 2.5 million to start removing these, and then it just gets kind of crazy from there, I'm pretty sure. Okay, it goes up to 3 million. I thought it went up to like 25 million. All right. That's not so bad. I mean, it's still one of these squares right here is more money than probably had in the entire game, but it is what it is. I learned about a coin called BTC. Blue Sky, you're killing me. That's too funny. We had some great laughs, some great mishaps. Maybe some people don't feel that way, but man, I definitely misread some stuff. Maybe we'll hop over here and take a look real quick at home, not profile, see what's going on. Looked like the lifer had posted. That is not what I wanted. Something about his flights and travels. How many of you guys are in the paid Discord group? I feel like I've asked before, but feel free to tell me. He said that comeback took 10 business days. Yo. That's great. Loudpack and binge watch the news from all over the world. Was able to sleep past 4 a.m. My next move is my best move. Reliable J. Haven't seen Reliable J for a little while, but I hope he's doing well. Definitely got to hit the like. DeFi of Duchess, or Duchess of DeFi, actually. If you know, you know. All right, and like first post is like, crypto is a lie. I'm like, no, I'm out of here. These videos, I'm just like, what are we even watching? All right, I'm gonna get myself in trouble on YouTube. I wanted to see what Sam was posting about his travels. He says, I'm about to buy a lifer. You mean like the paid Discord group? Or like you're going to buy one of his community members? This was 4 hours ago. Look at that, first class shit. I definitely, anybody else go to the live? I was like, oh, it's 8 o'clock. My alarm went off. I went to go to the live, and I was like, wait, what's going on? And then I was like, I thought he was leaving on Monday. Nope. He was leaving tonight. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate everybody coming. I mean, at this point, we're just playing gala games. So I hope everybody enjoyed the stream. Will I continue to stream on Sunday nights? I don't know. But the Discord link is in the description. If you want to join the community, then hop on in. And I will see everybody tomorrow on Mystery Monday. And we will have a great time and raise our crypto IQs as always. And check out that video at 3 p.m. I'm sure I'll be posting about it in the Discord. Have a good night. Stay underground, stay crypto. Blues Guy said he had fun, and that's all that matters. Bye, everyone.